and welcome back to Happy Hour, the channel where I make the mistakes so hopefully you don't have to. So we are on day 2 of our Sunshine Town. Yesterday we got from steps 1 to 4. This was step 2. Oh, it was standing. I was going to just say to you, and they both stand. So step 2, step 3, and this was my little step 1, which I do feel that I should touch up a little bit of the black down here where the marker, even though it's on the edge, goes over the side a little bit. I don't know, because this is actually at the front of the model, so I'm kind of tempted that I will get some of the markers out and just go over that edge a bit. I might even do another white around the edge. I know we've got a bird on there right now, and the birds I'm quite happy with. It's quite cute. It's white. I don't know if I can get the sun not so shiny on it, but it is white, so you can see it just there. And then step 4 was to do this. So got all this on. I actually ended up clamping this piece here because it was really quite bowed. I'm not sure if it was this bowed or the actual frame. So done that. I'm quite happy with the edges. And if you remember at the end, I was struggling with this piece of plastic. Well, I went and had a try on the main part that this came out of, and I think it was only one-sided after all that. So I kind of ruined it a little bit on the back, where I was trying desperately to get the second peel off, which it didn't have. So what it did do was take off some of the green, but nevertheless, you know, a lot of green. I'll put this down, you can see it a bit better. It's still fine. I mean, you wouldn't notice that it had a problem, and you're not going to see on the inside. So these 3 pieces are done, and I'll go into one side, and we won't be touching those again for some time. So let me put them over there for now. So now we are going to work on a little table, I think. And first of all, we are going to put our tabletop. Hold on, she needs covering up. She's cold. She's a little monkey. Okay, so we are going to put a dab, carrying on using their glue here. We are going to put, just get rid of that. I'll tell you something funny about the trees we're going to do in a bit when we get to them. Well, I think it's funny. It was. That is not a small dab, my friend. So we'll spread that. Hold on a moment. Took a toy away from her a few days ago because she bit through it, and I don't want her eating the plastics because she has a thing about eating the insides of toys. Now she's off to my phone. She's even had treats today. She's had all sorts today. She's just being needy. So you just put this on, make sure that the hole is lined up, and like so. And on here are 2 X's, if you can see, one here, one there, and that's where our little tiny, how cute is that little cup? How cute. We are going to be putting this glue, by the way, is actually quite sticky. I mean, I know glue should be sticky, but it is quite sticky. So this is marking the areas that these are meant to be going into. Oop, again. It's getting too keen. I only want tiny splodges, but it doesn't want to come out tiny. I'm trying to be gentle. I really, really am. No, I can't get any out. There we go. So it's either a lot or you're going to see her in a minute. Her tail is now pinging. She's really trying to get something on my desk that's not here. That's the funny thing. It's gone in the mending area. Bear with me, let me get her settled. Goodness. Okay, let's try this again. So yesterday, I had a toy that I'd taken away from her a few days ago because she'd broken into it and started getting the stuffing out, and she's got a bit of a problem with eating all this stuff and it not doing good for her digestion. By the way, you just put a splodge in the middle here to put the cup on. So I took it away and I actually put it on this desk, and she spotted it towards the back of the desk from underneath the desk, which is where her little bed is. And So she really wanted this thing, and I took it away and I put it into my mending area, which she actually can't access. But I haven't got round to it. And today she's obviously remembered where it is, and that's what her issue is, the fact that she still thinks it's on my desk, that it's not. It's actually not finding the time to do it, but it's finding the opportunity when she's not going to be all over me about it. Neat little thing. Right, those are done. So next we are going to make some flowers, which sounds a lot more complicated than I actually think it is. I don't think it's complicated. I don't think you're particularly meant to glue them. However, I think you... Madam, I do think you would be better off probably doing so. Okay, so what they want, let me just try and see, is about 2.8 centimetres. So we want 4 of these all together. You go to one side, young things. I'm going to call them the dog's name then. Right, Madame Juliet is being, like I say, just a bit needy. She's had treats today, she's had food, I mean, she's had my attention, we've played, but no, she's wanting that one toy that she can't have. Okay, so easiest way to cut these is going to be a pair of scissors. So you don't necessarily want them all exactly the same length either. You kind of want to vary it a little bit. Alright, might be okay for a moment. Let's see. So, yeah, about 2.8. You probably want a little bit of variety on this, so it doesn't have to be exact. Got a stain on my hand. So I was painting the other pieces that we have coming up this morning. So I have several steps which have got about 8, which have at least 1 coat on. I wish I'd managed to do 8. So there's, I mean, to be honest with you, you might as well just really cut these in half. It's hardly any difference. You might as well just bend them and cut them in half, rather than going through all that effort. Right, so we've got a whole sheet of these flowers, but we're actually only going to use 4. I don't know if we end up using more later. And all we do is press them out, fold these through, and then we'll put them in the flower pot over here, which you can't see anyway. Boink. Let's bring that back over here. So let's get these out. It's kind of like a shiny, it's got shiny on this side. It's quite a shiny paper. Can't believe I spent all that time trying to sort out that green protection glass stuff, looking for the film that wasn't there. Kind of does sound a bit like me. Anyway, keep hold of these in case we need them. If not, save them for another project, because you never know. I think a lot of projects use them. I think even the Moon and House used them as well. So I'm going to try and find the shiny side, which is here on this one, and pop this through and push it all the way down. But like I say, I think I am going to pop a bit of glue on them. Well, I dropped it now. Now I can't remember which side up it was. Okay, that way. Well, good brief. Just hold it by hand. Trying to be all clever. I got coffee granules on my hand. Neighbour's got visitors now. Maybe that'll keep her a little entertained for a moment. I've even given her an empty egg box. She quite likes those, because you can kind of destroy them and she doesn't tend to eat them. She had one toy that she, you know, the string dog toys you get with the, where you can play pull tug with them. She got one of those and she pretty much tore it apart and ate them. She's a little bit of a destroyer of toys. The good news is, not furniture. Okay, if I can get a tiny bit of glue out. I just can't seem to get that glue measurement right. and you want to push it all the way up. So let's get these. I don't think it'll go up further than that. So like so. And we have 4 of those to do, so hopefully the next one can be a bit easier once I find out what side it is. And it probably doesn't really matter. I mean, it's so small. I don't think you'd see it anyway. And it probably, can't remember where this goes, probably towards the back. Right, I'm going to get them all in and then I'll pop a bit of glue on them. This one's, give it a lick. This one was separating. Okay, and then push it all the way up. Like so. Put that to one side. We get them all on, and then I'll glue them all in one go. I thought when I saw the whole sheet of these it was going to be, we were going to be here forever doing these, although I feel like this is now taking forever. Has my DNA on. Anyone wants my DNA? They're on the flowers. They want my DNA, they must be desperate, that's all I'm going with. Like I say, it's definitely shiny one side, so that was easier. Maybe one was easier and the other one not so much. I'm going to put a dab of glue in each of these. They seem very long to be going in this phase, don't they? I think that went on there. Not even 100% sure. Oh, that one did. And then this one. Right, and then what we want to do is pop them in the pots, which I can't see being particularly easy. May not be too bad. Whether they actually stay up or not is a whole other story. There's one. They stand out so much, don't they? I mean, it's like the vase should be a bit taller for it, don't you think? Quite pretty though. Okay, and that one there, and this one in here, and this one doesn't want to go in there, it says no, as does my puppy obviously. This one really doesn't want to go in, it's all bendy. Okay, let me get this a bit closer to my eyes. My goodness. It's because it's thingy on the end too, the fraying on the end. Alright, gonna get this in and get this back on, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, and this is what we end up with. Almost afraid to touch it. So it wasn't particularly an issue. What I ended up doing was taking the flowers out, twirling them together, and then putting them in, and then spreading them out, and the cup is pointing the direction, the handle of the way that they want it to be. I have glue all over my thumb, I can see this. This is step 5 complete, so I'm going to put that over there to dry, and we will move on to step 6. Okay, on to step 6. So this is pretty straightforward. We have 2 boards and 6 pieces of cardboard, which are just going to be stuck on, not sure what that was, onto here within the guides. So throw that lid all over the show, huh? So 3 of these small dots. This glue is quite sticky. It's kind of almost on par with B7000 in the sense of stickiness and how difficult it is to get off your hands. Hot water, soap, cream. And it still seems to be a sticking away. Okay, let's see what we can do. So one side's white, just make sure you have it the brown side up. So something will go in like this. It doesn't even want to let go of the tweezers. Oh, another pair of tweezers it is. My puppy is being so naughty today. She really is. I even showed her where that toy was. Maybe she's coming into season. We are expecting it at any time. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, because she's had everything she could possibly want. She doesn't know it. So we just contend with that for the moment. And this will be all of step 6, just these 2. Just make sure that they're within the guidelines. Oh, she's on the back of my computer desk again. Even though I showed her where it was. Hold on. Okay. I actually took her into the cupboard and showed her what cupboard it was in. But she's got it in her head that good things obviously remain on my desk. I do need to get to it. It's just having the opportunity. It's like, I mean, where do I do it? Wherever I do it, she's going to want it. I don't want to crate her just so I can go and mend it, because that would kind of be a bit mean. I know you're not here to listen to me complaining or saying about my dog. I'm not complaining about her. I love my little pups. But get these in the best you can. And as straight as possible. No idea what that's used for. Or this will be used for. But it looks like it would be a door, doesn't it? Sort of thing you'd put on a door. Like door panels. That's what I reckon. Anyway, this is known as F, part F. So this one doesn't look very straight, does it? You know what I could do? Why don't I do this and get them all lined up perfectly? Should. Close-ish. See, this one's not Alright, anyway, this is step 6. Just like that. Can go over that side for drying now as well, and we will move on to step 7. Okay, step 7 is quite funny. So let me tell you a story about these. So yesterday when I was trying very hard to get that other side of the plastic covering off of the window part, that green part, I decided last resort that I'd shove it in water. And so I put it in one of these little glass ramekin dishes, the water. Well, I then proceeded to put these pieces in the glass ramekin, which is full of water, because I've forgotten to drain it. The things is all I'm going with, and I am missing a piece by the looks of it. I'm definitely missing a piece, so I will go and have a look for that in a moment. Alright, so what we are going to do is make sure it lines up and glue these on. By rights, it should line up first time to make our tree here. And also do the same on the flowers. So you just got to make sure they're around the right way. This one at the top here looks like it's a little smiley face. So just make sure they're the correct way on, because they only fit one way, I believe. And this one goes on here. Oh, I'm good. I found the right way straight away. And then this one, or this one, at least the same. Yes. Let me get these stuck down, and then I'm going to go and retrieve the other one. Okay, so just a few blobs of glue on them all, and then by the time I find the other one, if I find the other one, I'm going to go with if because I don't know. I'll check my other pots quick. So I've got a few pieces ready to do. I've got up to step 9 ready to rock and roll, so hopefully we can get that far. Probably don't need us anywhere near the amount of glue that I'm putting on. Just going to spread that one around. And that one. Anything went particularly blobby has been spread. So let's get that on. Just make sure it's on the right side and it's lined up. You could bulldog clip it like I quite often do on my parts on different models, although I haven't done it on this one. Didn't do it on the post box, I was tempted. Okay, and that is on straight. And step 6 is reasonably long. Step 7, sorry, just know what step I'm on. It's reasonably long because you have to attach these as well, and you do have to be careful, particularly on this big one, because it's going to go on one of the branches, and that is going to be right next to the wall when the wall's finally attached, so you can't go too far over. That was a big blob, wasn't it? Don't go on that side. Oh, I've got it upside down. Okay, so just squish it around a bit so it all gets covered. And that will go on like so. So it's not a huge step, by the way, but it is longer because they go very specific places from what I can gather. Make sure that the other piece of wood isn't stuck to it or something. Yeah, so both my wood and all the papers, not all the paper, but a lot of the paper got wet, and I had to put it under weights to make sure it dried flat. I just forgot all about it. What do you say? Good old memory, I tell you. My memory is definitely... I don't know that it's memory or particularly that you just get sidetracked on things and you just lose focus sometimes. Let's put one big one in the middle because that's how it wanted to come out anyway. Okay. And this one here. And we will just go find that missing piece while these get a chance to dry. Obviously you're going to be lining up the, in this case, the face. It does look like a face. Like the two eyes and the mouth there. Boink! You can see. Okay, quite happy with all of those until I let go. From this view it looks like it's not even, like particularly this one, but I know it is. Right, let me go and see if I can find out. I mean, I may not be able to, it may have attached to something weird. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, all found, so not a disaster. It was inside another pot, which means it probably was on the bottom of the one that was on top of it, and it got stuck to it on its little drying process. Bless their socks. This is not on this side. Let me get something to take that one, because that glue does not need to be on there. Turn it over. This one's fated, isn't it? And if it doesn't have one thing going with it, it's got another. Maybe it doesn't want to go on the tree and be all healthy and stuff. You know, I think I had it right the first time. Just going dampy. No? Maybe this one's on the wrong one. It's not dry yet, I don't think. I think this one's for this one. Look at the little patterns, like where the little smiley faces are, and that kind of give you the clue as to whether it's right. I had it on the wrong one. They look like smiley faces to me. Like I say, if you look at these at an angle, they don't look like they're on enough. Okay, and then this one goes on this side. I got the same problem again. It doesn't line up very well. Right, this one definitely wants to go on either one of this, it would fit fine. Whereas that one's got the cutouts in a totally different spot. How weird. Or maybe it's me. It's me. Ignore that. Totally me. Just trying to put it on upside down. Okay, these aren't going to take a moment to take. It doesn't have to be dry for the next stage, but it does have to be in position, and that will still be part of step 7. I have to keep checking myself now. Anyway, they ended up flattening out okay, considering they had a little adventure there. Wasn't just this part, it was part 8 as well, so we really went for it. Alright, yeah, okay. Back in one tick. Alright, let's give it a go. So, you do have to be careful one way you put these. There is a difference between these two. I probably really should find out what it is. Let's see. They look identical almost, don't they? 5 is this one, which make 5 is this one, go back there, and 4 is this one. Okay, so number 1, we are putting up here. So you want a little bit of glue on here and on here, and you're not going to see, you're going to see a tiny bit of this branch, the second branch here. So what you want to do is have it something like this, so that you can see a little bit of the end, so a bit more over, so something like that, so you can just see the nook as such of the tree. Then we are going to put on this one, and it goes around with a sad face. This one's a sad face. So as much as we worked on my smile, it's an upside down smile now, and its eyes are upside down too, and that one's going to go on here. And you want to make sure it's going to go a little bit on this one too, so let's get a little bit of glue here. Oh, a bit too much. Too much. And that one goes in here, so they're separated from each other but quite close. Over you go a bit more. Over you go, my friend. So it's something like so. It needs to be a bit higher because it kind of shows a little bit of the hollow part here as well. So a little bit taller, so it just about shows this hollow here, and that makes these two a bit close still. Move you over. Okay, I think that's similar. So this is the one you have to be a bit careful of, because I understand that this also goes upside down. They've got all upside down unhappy trees. Because I understand that this will be where the wall goes, so you want to make sure that you don't hang over too far. So it's a bit of precision on this one. So you want a piece here, and you'll be covering all of this branch, and you will be covering all of this one too, and the end of this one. Oh, too much glue. Okay, so let's see if we can get this about right. First time. So this looks about right. A bit lower maybe. You know, I don't think that's too far from it first time. Maybe a little bit lower. But you can't be much more in because there's another one coming here. But I don't want it to hit the side of the wall either. Oh, got these ones too muddled up again now. Let's see. That one. This one next on here. Come back. This is just going to go on the nook here. Should have a nest, shouldn't I? Bird's nest. It would have been a perfect spot for it. And it does kind of go straight on there. So none of these are at particular angles or anything. And it looks, go back, don't you be moving. It looks closer to the edge on this side than what I have here. So something like so. I think that's going to be okay. I'm worried about this piece. I think we're alright. And then lastly our little one here, which shows a tiny bit at the bottom of this nook. But generally, that's a lot of glue for a little piece. And this one goes this way. If we look at it upside down, they're all going to have smiley faces. But the way it is right now, so all you want is a little nook showing here. Yeah, I can see it. I'm not sure you can, but I can. And a bit more over. It's not much on the tree at all, actually. I think something like that would work. Maybe a bit straighter. Okay, and that is step 7, and that can go for drying. Step 8 is really speedy, guys. So let's move on to that one. Put this to one side. Alright, and step 8 is just this one piece. So again, this took a little bath. I'm quite amused by it. It's interesting. So it's got white on that side of it, and the leaves marry up with the painted side. You would have thought it would be the other way around, although I'm guessing you don't see much of it anyway, but that's the only way it's going to work. So because you're going to want the green showing. So let's see if we can get a blob. Oh, that's rather a lot of a blob again. It's a miserable day today. It's raining, so the dogs don't want to go out. Well, they probably do. They want to go and play ball, but yeah, they won't when they're out there. My house, when my son brought my son's dogs today, and I got up because he works very early. My house smelled very much a wet dog. It was not very pleasant. Need a lot of windows open to air that out. I think when you get a dog, people don't tell you about the wet dog situation and how much it smells. Okay, and that, believe it or not, is all there is to step 8. So I think we have enough time. We will do step 9, and then we will do step 10 next time, and that's the one which I'm in the middle of painting all the edges from. And I'm assuming you really don't want to see me painting all the edges and stuff like that. Alright, that's to one side drying. I'm going to turn that one upside down. That still looks a little bowed from the water soak. Alright, let's turn to number 9. Alright, step 9. Got the lid off my glue, that's never a good thing. So we've got a few things going on here. Right, first things first, on our door it has a decoration here. So see where this line is here, we're going to put a sign here. I think it goes there, yeah. Then we put 2 windows on across here, and they go very specific ways, so I don't know if you're going to pick this up, but there's kind of a gap in between the pattern. There you go, you can see along here, and that's where it needs gluing, and that's going to go on these pieces. So let's do that first. So all it needs is a little bit of glue on here and here, and then just smidge it along, and that shouldn't need any more than that. So just make sure that lines up with the line there, which means it should line up with everything else. Maybe not quite enough glue, huh? Didn't even want to grab it. I'm assuming this glue will dry clear. And while this dries, before we put that sign on, a slight gap there, huh? I'll get on with the other 2 pieces for this step. Okay, and then this one equally, so you just make sure you have that pattern the right way with the gap in between, and that's what goes on this piece here. And then you can sit like that, so it's got some weight to it. Right, while that's drying, and before we put this little sign on, there's a little sign. Oh, I wonder if we could do it. Maybe we can. I mean, it's not like it's okay. It's a lot of glue again, isn't it? Let's put it in your shop there, huh? I'm so used to seaming that I have to move up here to do things that I've got my camera, I guess, in a little bit better angle at the moment. And a little open sign. And try and just line that up again best you can. With the, I just realised what that triangle is. So the little triangle here is imitating the string to hold the open sign up. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I do like some of these touches. This is much more artsy than I swear I recall. I mean, I know it's been a while since I did a Rolife Robo Time, but it does seem much more artsy. So, more crafty, more than artsy. Okay, so these ones, just make sure you have on the right side, which is again the painted side. I am so surprised by this. But yeah, that's what we're doing. And we're just gonna, that's a big metal glue there. Do that, and these two are gonna, well, you can probably glue them together if you wanted to, or you could probably just wait until they're dry, and we're gonna put them on anyway. That's the wrong way around. That's better. Right side, but wrong way around. Okay, and then we'll have to give that a minute for it to take, and then we'll get this door made. Okay, it looks great. And this one goes on here. That's absolutely bucketing it down. Yesterday it was really windy. I had to have my windows closed while I was recording. I like windows open. I have it closed because that would have really interfered with the sound. Give it a swish around. Do that, and let me get something. Anything would be good. A piece of wood to go through here. Make sure that that is clear of glue, because you don't want it blocking the holes. And we will do the same with this other one. Just make sure it's blocked. Blocked. Make sure it's not blocked. Gosh. Alright, let's give that a few minutes, and then we will put these two together, and this bottom part of the door, here we go again, bottom part of the door will go into it. But I think that looks pretty straight. I'm quite happy with that. Happy with those back panels. They're very close to the edge. This one's very close to the edge, but I think it's okay. I'm not sure how much you see of it anyway. When it's all said and done, I will be back in a moment to finish off step 9. Let's turn these upside down so they've got a little bit of weight on them, and that will be us for today. Okay, we should have had long enough. Right, so with our paper like this and like this, shouldn't have to glue this. We are going to pop it through the narrower one of the two. Easier said than done. I mean, it's not totally dry, so I don't want to be pushing too much on it. There we go. And then into this one. If you wanted to, you could probably pop a bit of glue in the bottom after it's in. But it's tight enough, I don't think it's needed. Wants to go more on one side than the other side. It's because it's at a weird angle, I swear. There we go. And there we have it. I think our little frames could have gone a little bit further to that side, but I think in the scheme of things. So this completes step 9. And very nice it is too. It's a lovely door. I wonder how much it would be seen in the final product. Right, let's see what we've done today and what we have coming up. Alright, so this is what we completed today. So we've actually completed quite a bit. We've completed a little tree. I do like my tree, I have to say. These are a little close, but I think they're okay. I mean, I'm keep kind of leaving the spaces that it looks like it is on the picture. We have our two bits, which I swear is going to be for a door. But couldn't swear to it. A little branch, which took all of a whole step to do the one branch. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be very grateful of these very small steps. Then this one, which was a little bit more of a nightmare than I thought it would be, only because I kind of had to join them all together to get them in the pot. Then the pot fell off the stand, so I had to start all over again. And then, of course, the cup fell off as well, you know, so one thing or another. And then this door, which I actually think the door has turned out beautifully. I think it's a really nice door. So what do we have coming up? We are going to be doing some sort of door frame in number 10, which looks a bit colonial. We are also going to be doing like a post box. It says post box, looks more like a bird box, a bird house, but it looks like that, and a signpost which looks kind of scary. It's a very weird face on it, maybe like an owl. Maybe it's meant to be an owl. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but you know. And then some sort of step, and I have no idea what that's for. Then if we get that far, oh I see, it's some sort of balcony, so we're doing a balcony as well, and if we get far enough then we will be putting some parts on the roofs, and I can deal with that plastic removal side again, which is fine. What I don't understand is though, what is the purpose of just putting protective sheeting on one side and not both? Surely if you've got it on one side, then it means the other side without it could get damaged. No? I mean, that's my logic anyway. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying the build. I think it's great. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time, and really very happy that I have been doing it. My desk is getting very marked up, isn't it? I need to start using my boards again. But I think the black, it generally will show the items better than the pink. But nevertheless, it's probably totally ruining it. What's a new desk, eh? Anyway, like I say, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Any comments are very welcome. I will get back to you. Or you can email me if you're a little shy. My email address is right at the end of the video, after pictures of Juliet. I should update that because she's grown a lot since those pictures. I think she was 3 months at that picture. Anyway, most of all, most important thing, thank you for joining, supporting the channel, but most of all, take care of yourselves, because that is the most important thing. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now.